Good evening, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Pooks, and I'm excited to be here after a couple of days. On a little bit of a trip. Me and my partner went away for a weekend, saw some friends we haven't seen for a long time. So that was fantastic. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. Well, I could have gone for longer, but I'm excited to be back with you guys as well. It doesn't detract from that to be moving on and trying to get some antimatter production up. Now I've called it 101, 101 this session because I don't know how many lessons we're gonna go through. So it might go 102, 103, 104, 105. Who knows? But as it stands, we're heading back to Taygeta at the moment. Largely because we need to head back there for reasons like checking out how our Dyson Sphere is going. Yeah. Getting a lot more real, getting a lot more solid. Plenty of rockets still coming out of there as well. Look at them go, it's like a constant stream. It's exactly what we want to see. As well as a constant stream of solar sails coming out, which was fantastic. So yeah, as the name of the episode suggests, we are going to be making some antimatter this evening. And there's my voice going already. Oh wow. I'd during our holidays, I'd spent some time in some noisy environments. It may be known as a pub. And yeah, it's hard to speak as a result. Anyway, how we doing here? Let's check out how things are going before we get too involved in today's session. For example, we have this steel production that really isn't producing much steel anymore. I mean, these guys, like, this is no longer in range. It's just these guys that can produce any kind of iron. So yeah, I kind of feel like removing some of these guys at the moment. Maybe at most two of them. Seem to make a little bit of sense here. That needs to stick around, but you do not. You do not. You probably don't. Nothing broke. Alright, yep, we're all good. You don't. You don't. Get rid of you guys. And yeah, we've got this big old box of steel. I'm not even sure I need you anymore, so yeah. Let's get rid of it. Although we will empty it first at least, because, you know, I'm not going to waste all this crap. Might as well send it on through, right? Okay, so one of the reasons why we were wandering around in the last episode was because of those little purple crystals up the top there. And we're going to make advanced miners for us, which is exciting. And we're going to need a few things to do that. The other thing that we wanted was, just thinking this through now. Oh man, I want you to be on Interstellar. Probably said something to the effect that we don't need an Interstellar thing, and I'm just gonna do that in the end. Makes me feel bad, like, you know, like I'm not planning this stuff. And to be fair, I'm not, so... Anyway, we're gonna make you some quantum chips. Yep, down to 100, because you still don't need that many of them. Look, you're not even using them. Alright, the other thing that you're gonna want is some of these. You're gonna, again, not want too many. Let's just say 500. Remote demand. local supply, because you are technically supplying locally. You know what, I'll even give you a heap of these. And that's going to be local demand, remote storage. Uh, 100% load on drones, please, as well. Oh, clicking the wrong thing. Alright, what else do we need to make these advanced miners in our mall? Blue motors, frames, and thingy titanium. Alright. Actually, do I really need to do that? I feel like frames, maybe? Yeah, I do. Am I transporting frames? These are all the questions that I need to ask, and I'm pretty sure I'm not transporting frames. I'm just making them in... Oh no, I am in that thing. Yep. I was going to say I was making them and then sending them immediately to their doom, but that is not correct. Blue motors was one of the other things that we wanted. Say about 100 of those as well. We'll oversupply, of course, but that's just going to happen. And the titanium, I kind of feel like acid titanium we should have a line. Yeah, we've got a line over here, right? And I'm just tempted to run a sorter off it and run it to where I need it. Yeah, let's do that. Highly organized in this stream, as you can tell already. We are immediately making it up as we go along. Like, not even pretense here. Want those two. Actually, cut there. Let's kind of cut there as well. Can we? Let's just build it straight off the gate, right? Let's see if we can do that. That's fun. Right away like that, and then alright. So you're gonna come in like so. You're gonna go in like so, and you're gonna go in like so. Alright, that's 3 of our inputs done for our advanced miners. And still gonna need another 2. But that's cool. We can do that. So the next thing is blue motors, like so. And that just gets us down to acid titanium, which can UBS be a belt that runs along here? Yeah. Quite possibly you can. Oh, you can. That's just fantastic, man. And then go down like that. Yeah. Input, and then eventually we do want to put this into an output. Boom. Yeah. All right. Advanced miners. So the reason why I'm trying to get those advanced miners up and running before I do anything else today is because it will actually be useful in terms of man, oh, maybe I don't have a local supply. Really? No, I reckon I do have a local supply, but no drains. There we go. Yep. It will be useful in setting up when we want to go and grab unipolar magnets. Then we can go and grab those using advanced miners as opposed to anything else. Because plane smelters will be another thing that we want to be building at some point. Now, from here, we will just grab these ones that I grabbed that I didn't really need to grab and dropping them in there. We also picked up some kimberlite ore from the last one, but we don't really need to use that at all. In fact, the only reason I grabbed it is it's there for the achievement saying we've mined some, right? So that was kind of pointless. Alright. How's our Dyson Sphere power output? Yeah, so we got 3.16 gigawatts. We're only requesting one of those. So that's got to change. Now, the question of it changing has got to really go to on what planet is it going to change? Because we're going to be using those and that antimatter to, basically use antimatter, but then chuck it into fuel rods, and then we want it to go into antimatter annihilators or artificial stars, basically to produce ridiculous amounts of power as well as white science, right? And then I actually need to do something with a matter there as well, because there's no hydrogen component there. So yeah, I've got to think that a little bit through, kind of, before I do anything. Don't you have everything you need? Oh, oh yeah, hang on. Oops. Hadn't completed that, folks. There we go. There, as fast as it can come in, it is coming in. Slowly making those things now. Great, alright. So, we will need annihilator constraint spheres. We're going to need a bunch of them too. Now I know we did this in a previous episode, but I kind of feel like we did it at the wrong time. I want to know how good is our processor factories at the moment before I actually really do this. So we're going to head over to our electronics factory. Oh, we're not breaking orbit. Let's see the squeaky sound my robot makes when it's trying to break orbit to get to the next moon. Alright, graceful landing, and yeah, look at this. Shit. Nowhere near enough electronics being made here, so let's fix this. First things first, what's not running? These guys aren't running. The reason it's not running is we don't have enough microcrystalline components. The curse. The reason why we don't have that is not enough silicons coming into this situation here. Yeah, so plenty of silicon happening here. Silicon outputs. Ooh, but not nearly enough. Alright. We're going to be ramping up our silicon tonight, folks. That's going to be the first thing. We should have plenty of veins still unexploited on this planet. Alright, let's get to it. How are we going on power production as well? I should be yoinking. Yeah, we're charging a heap. Cool, good. So the other thing that we should do is get rid of that indicator. Alright. Now I feel like we've got a little bit of direction, a little bit of guidance on what we need to do first, which is really make sure that we do have the capacity to move on to this next phase of antimatter production by saying, hey, we need more silicon if we're going to do this, because we need plenty of processes and we are not living up to our factory's potential at the moment. Okay, so from memory, with our miners here, our production is going to be 2 silicons every 2 seconds, so it's 1 a second to produce high purity silicon. Now we should have a blueprint but I don't think it's going to be a really great blueprint. And in the meantime, we're also doing conveyor belts at 30 a second, right? So let's try and make this the biggest silicon possible. Let's assume we are going to get 30 a second out of all this. It should. Which means that we're going to need 60 of these, right? I think, no, because 1 a second, right? We're going to need 30 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do the same. Run it out. US silicon. Output. Hey, come on, give me the output. Input, output, and silicon. Right down the line, and then do the same here. And of course, we're not going to get to the end properly. Yep, you're still not going to do that, because I mucked up before and it tried to compensate for me. Good game. Alright, that's going to give us a chunk of silicon. We have a local transporter for all that silicon mess. Not really. I could chuck it into this. That's not far away. Make it do something other than send power around. It can be remote storage and local supply. Yep. I have no drones. This thing has drones, right? No. That's okay, because it's not the thing I want. This thing has drones, and that's okay. Alright. So, we'll run you down. Across. You know what? I want you slightly up so I can grab that soil pile. Down and then in. Definitely transporting silicon, yep, good. Alright, now we just need is lots of power. And, you know, the inputs as well, I've just remembered. Have to deliver silicon to this silicon processing factory. There we go. Putting down some power poles and we're good. We've got this stuff happening. Yeah. And we definitely have 30 a second coming through. So it should make it through to the end. My calculations are correct. And that should give us 15 a second of silicon coming out. And that's one node down. Let's see if we've got any others. Oh, we've got one over here. Let's go investigate. There we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, autosave. No, don't do that to me. You're going down towards that way, right? So we probably want our belts to do the same. You can just run around and join up that way. And congratulations, you can tag it in the end there. Do that, and then you can be that, that. Make you high purity silicon, and make you high purity silicon. It's a mouthful. Alright, we got another couple of silicon processing facilities, and here's another one up here. You doing anything? No, you just kind of set up to mine, but not process anything. Hopefully that between the two of you, you're gonna end up, yeah, look. I understood the assignment. Ooh. Do we have sufficient levels of everything coming in now, though? Because I kind of feel like the copper is now not enough. Do you have a full belt of copper? Yeah. Yeah, we've got ridiculous amounts of copper coming in. Should be enough, but it doesn't look like it's enough. What if I make you the output priority? I'm not sure that's gonna do what I was really hoping it was gonna do. What it's gonna do is back it back up to here, and this will get nothing, ever. Actually, it should back it up down to here and then evenly, roughly distribute. Will that work better? Let's watch and learn, people. Now it's starting to get the offshoots coming over here. Got 2 full rows, fully supplied all the time. A little copper getting as far as here. Getting a little bit further now. Yep, down as far as here. Might be as far as it ever gets though. Looks of things. Oh, you got as far as here now. You're a good copper belt. Good copper belt. Alright. How are we going on processors though. Yep, so it's definitely not keeping up with demand. Every time we get a full thing, it's running out. We do have all of our factories working all the time now though. So that is a plus, and we are filling up on these guys. So what we're going to do, put some splitters here. Go like that, then like that, and your output is definitely that way. Where your priority is. Your priority is definitely that way. But if all else fails, guys, yes, that's what we want to see. As a result, you guys all start using even more. Now, how many have we got? We've got 3 rows of 12, I'm presuming here. So 3 rows of 12, they run every 3 seconds, so that's what? 36 divided by 3, basically. So we're producing 12 a second. I could make it do 18 a second by upgrading everything. We've got enough. We've got 20 of them. So not really. I don't, but we're still going to do this anyway and just see how. There we go. Just going to see if it runs out of materials as a result. Yeah, look at these guys, they're suddenly sucking this up. I have made it the top filter is priority though. Yep. No backups now. Ain't nothing backing up. Delicate balance has been shattered. We're going on inputs, yeah, so inputs are bad in terms of copper. Ooh, just in general, the inputs are bad in terms of copper. Really need more copper going on. Do you have a full belt? But is a full belt enough these days? So that's 30 there. These little breakups on the copper line are really hurting, I think. So I think we want to try and get another copper smelting line done, and there's no problem because we've literally got miners up here. So instead of talking, I could have just fixed this, right? which is a lesson for everyone. A lesson for everyone watching. Less talking, more doing. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is that really 15? I feel like there was more, but okay. We'll go in from this direction. And then we'll go out like so. And I'm going to want to proliferate it. To go to here, chuck a proliferation belt there, bounce, and tell it to go up a level. Like so. Do that, so it, oh, that's bad placement. Oops. Do that, so it's powered. There we go. Thanks, drone. Alrighty then. So you're gonna come off and in like that. Boom. More copper. I count one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10. Yeah, okay. 30. Alright, so we've got 60 input. Surely that should mean that we get everything working as it should. Surely. Kind of crossing my fingers here at the moment. Still being snapped up pretty quickly. I'm thinking we need to replicate this again. Can we blueprint all of this successfully? I'm kind of curious, right? So we do this. Micro. Save. Alright. And then if we Has that just done this entire plant for me? Yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that. And then cut this. Ships. Let's see if we can duplicate this somewhere. Oh look, more silicon that we could use. Alright, let's build another one of these here. So, we're going to want green boards first, down the bottom. That's that. Then we're going to want micro. And then we're gonna want chips. Now I'm not gonna have all the materials for this, right? And that's fine. And finally, we're gonna have like a big thing here to transport everything. We'll get closer, we'll let our drones do what they can. Ah, I've collected 4 million units of soil pile. And also somehow produced a sting reference, which I'm a little bit confused about, to be honest, but okay. You're not an orbital collector, and you are not going to go huge ranges. Cool, alright, so let's head back to Earth and grab a few things to finish this. There's Earth. Is that Dyson Sphere? I'm like so proud of you. So proud of you. Sitting there and spinning. Barely moving. Barely moving because we have no chips. Actually kind of makes sense. Still got plenty. Anyway. Run over here and pick up some supplies. Low frame rates. Some of these drones as well. I think I was getting low on smelters. Could probably use some more of those too. About to run out after all. Oh wait, I've just picked up the wrong ones. Lag. Oh well, at least I didn't bounce off the planet. Alright, that's all that placed. Now we're going to want inputs for this. The good part of this is that I really don't have to care too much about our inputs. We're going to need copper, we're going to need silicon, and everything we're going to need for those. Yeah, 3 things. Of course we're going to need a lot of those 3 things, but we're going to need 3 things nonetheless. Do that. Cool. Alright, let's say that local demand, storage. Oh yeah, we'll probably grab paint. That's how it'll work. Okay, so for it to work though, we need to do a few things. First, we're going to need paint going into one of these things. You will be the paint collector. So that when you do have excess paint, it will supply said excess paint. Of course, you're not getting excess paint, so that's a concern by itself. Oop. Plenty of diamonds. Not enough of these, alright. I don't think you can actually get rid of your materials fast enough now. And now we have a diamond scarcity. Also not surprising. kind of try and band-aid that. I'd love to say that, you know, this is super exciting fixes, but all it is band-aiding and, you know, getting the most out of what we can. Everything we can out of all that we've got. You're just producing iron. We're gonna run out of iron at some point, I suspect. When you're doing this, oh, wrong one. When you're doing this, I'm gonna remote demand it. There we go. I knew there'd be somewhere with iron. Make sure you're connected. Mainly because I want it proliferated as soon as it comes out here. Okay. Let's see if we can not stuff this up. Okay, so this is starting to look vaguely like it should. I haven't counted up everything. I'm kind of hoping that I've remembered how to do this rather than calculated how to do this, if that makes sense. Now the only thing that we should need here is actually it's gonna make sure that you get spray paint as well. So if nothing else, it's gonna proliferate before you go anywhere else. Those, yeah, some drones too. Please grab some of them. Don't need a full 10,000. We can make you down to 1,000 or 900 or so as a buffer. That'll be even quite. And yeah, you the same. 800 even. Hello, Dyson Sphere. Nice to see you rotating over there. Now, in terms of our copper supplies, I realize I've got you working as a full belt, but what if we just a storage, no, your supply, sorry, not storage, of copper, of specifically excess copper. It'd be all nice and proliferated already, so that'd be cool. Wouldn't that just be crazy? Crazy good? And then we somehow got you out of here and where you needed to go. Yeah, let's do that. Nice. Alright, we got some outputs coming here. It's probably going to be limited to the amount of copper that we have. Which we're just going to dump in there. So why not? Got more processes though. Local storage at remote supply, because it doesn't need to be locally supplied anywhere. And that should be some more processes for us at whatever speed I can produce copper and silicon. Mostly copper at the moment, interestingly enough. So I'm thinking, yeah, we want to make sure that our copper is just running at absolute tip-top speeds. Yeah, because it's only really the excess that gets cutted out of this. Apparently that's not enough, alright. That's cool. We can make more copper. I'm sure I saw a few veins down here. Yeah, you'll be right. She'll be right, mate. You'll be the right copper, mate. It'll just be like the internet down here in Australia. You know, run off copper, not anything fancier. Because modern technology, we don't need to invest in that. Nah. Let's throw our shareholders in Telstra some dollars. And it'll be cheaper too, except for it won't. Totally not bitter about the internet in Australia and the entire missed opportunity of upgrading everything to fibre. The damn fools. Right, so we're gonna run copper from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we're gonna run our copper up like so. Same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, cool. It's roughly comparable. And it's always interesting working in the different tropics, especially in areas like this. Usually why I don't build smelting arrays or anything down near the poles if I can possibly avoid it. Input, output, input, output. Why won't you work? That's better. Start connecting some things up. Oops, wrong hotkey. Pressing E instead of R. Cool, we got more copper. Alright, that's flooding in now. Which means more processors. Kinda weird being limited by copper of all things as well. Alright, that should give us an extra supply of processors now, which is great. I was a little bit surprised last time I came back to this planet and saw that we had huge amounts. Oh, here's me trying to break orbit for Earth. Okay. Hello, lag. And an autosave on top of lag. Exactly what we wanted. Yes. How is it we're just not falling like a rock there? Okay, so from here we also want to check on our pink dumbbell supply, which is full. Alright, cool. Because that's our two components for this. Annihilation constraint spheres will need processors as well as pink dumbbells. Now, every 20 seconds it's going to produce, which means we're going to need 20 to produce 1 a second. Which is a fairly big factory again. And we've got to find a place to put it. Kind of running out of big open spaces here. Around here will be good actually, yeah. Let's do that. It's just north of our pink dumbbells as well. And we've got a million soil, so we should be good to be able to fill all this in. Goodbye, entire ocean. Okay. So, annihilation constraint spheres. We're only going to need 2 inputs every 20 seconds. Yeah, it's just going to need a lot of them, I think. So let's work this. For a start, I think I just want a little bit more of those foundations. Just annoying me not having it perfect. Alright, and then we're going to want something that brings in those components that we need. Possibly exports it at the end as well. So we'll go with that. Annihilation constraint, we're going to want pink dumbbells, and we're going to want processors. And we're going to say 1,000 of these guys. Remote demand, local storage, local demand, remote storage. Say you're not going to transport anywhere, give you some of those, give you some of those, and power you up. And 100% there. Cool. There we are. There's a way to get them. Cool, alright. Then let's think about factories here. So 20. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Do another row of 10. That's a group of 20. That's 1 a second. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do the same on the bottom. A group of 40. Which means you should be able to go output. Output. I've got the spacing wrong, but that's alright. And then input. These guys will actually need to be different spacing, but that's cool. And we also, yeah, the Mark III is good. Because we might as well make them Mark 3s because they're running every 20 seconds, right? So instead of run every 15 or so, I think. A little bit less. And I'm gonna need more sorters. Wrong one. A little bit more leeway there. Input, output, input. Can I do the same here? No, because it needs to be slightly offset. Known that, I've done it plenty of times. The annihilation constraint sphere. And then grab you, pardon me, and do the same here. And start powering this up. Simple as that. The constraint spheres don't seem to be too complex or challenging here. Granted, I don't know actually how many I need. But that'll let's get us started. Alright. So, I have a group of 40 factories, I think. 20 aside. 40 factories working at time and a half. So if we've got 40, it's 2 a second, plus 1 a second basically. We're doing time and a half. So we should be producing 3 a second of annihilation constraint spheres. Now for these, every 24 seconds, really? Jeez. Jeez Louise. We will need it for these two, and we can start making that in a mole, really. Because this is gonna start building them up. Excellent, alright. Now the best mole location was the one that I just built. This guy here. Can you also make a habit of importing these? Again, you probably don't need many. Local demand, remote storage. Right, and we're gonna put you here. A box next to you. And start making some artificial stars. Right, what do we need? Acid titanium. Boom. And output. Boom. We need frames, constraint spheres, and yep. So here's those. Here's your constraint spheres. And your frame is coming up, we just need to get rid of that and find a different way to power things. Start making them. Cool. Alright, that'll be useful later on. In the meantime, we're going to pick up these advanced miners that we produce for when we do actually want them. Yay! Alright, we're getting close to it. Probably won't produce antimatter in this episode. Actually, we might. We'll get to 101, right? We've got to do. I've called it antimatter. We can't not produce antimatter. Alright, we've got the constraint spheres, and so with those constraint spheres, we really want to be making some power out of it. Now, it doesn't even need to be constant as well. Let me think this through. So to produce antimatter, you really need a Dyson sphere, and you need a proper one. You can't just use a swarm. It won't produce enough power unless you've got like a serious swarm in place. And the best place to produce your antimatter is closer to the poles where you've got continuous power. In this case, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buck against the trend. Because really, I think this is only going to be a small antimatter production facility. Or relatively small. My big one's going to come from that tidally locked planet. So really, I just need something that's going to do this. You're going to want some of those. You're going to supply antimatter. Now the other thing it should be supplying is hydrogen. But in reality, I just want to burn that off. Any hydrogen that I produce, because I've got so much of it. Right? Now I don't have the right things for this, so let's go pick up some of them. Down here, yep. Leaving a bit of a gap so this can produce more annihilation constraint spheres if I need it. Now let's see here. If I do that and that, can I just run this through? Or is that not how this works? Maybe it does. Could be really nice if I could just do like this, right? Do a line. I hate the hum sound it makes. No, because it's gonna have an output, right? Therefore, you're going to be bad. So you... Oh, I've made antimatter. Critical photons. Have we produced... Oh, hang on. Maybe that's not it. Ah, yeah, then I particle colliders, don't I? Forgot about that part. Alright. Either way, it is going to need to be a situation where we have an input and output. You may not be antimatter, you might be critical photons. Gonna transport critical, yeah, there we are. Like that. And then if I have graviton lenses coming out here, and then like a splitter each time I need to. And then you should be photon generation instead. We want the graviton lenses because otherwise it's just not as powerful. It also helps with continuous receiving maybe. It bends the atmosphere to always have continuous receiving maybe. Yeah, max output, plus 200%, definitely worth putting it in. And we're suddenly requesting a lot more power, right? Alright, that's starting to produce critical photons for me. Now we actually need a particle collider to do the rest of it. Right, I think you're in here. Yeah. Grab you guys. I'll use you as a storage sort of thing. See if I need anything else here as well. Forgotten this part. Completely forgotten this part. Right, so yeah, you're going to produce matter and antimatter as a result. Cool. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. 8. 1, 2. Alright, our critical photons can come down here. Right up kind of along here. Our antimatter itself will transport away from this place. And then the matter will end up burning. By burning, I literally mean in a thermal burner. So we'll do this. like that. Alright, so we want input, output, output. Just run that along. And then we want output. I didn't filter that, so that's a bad idea. Autosave. Output. Output. And then run it along as well. Oh, really? Output. 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 Cool. Please have enough Tesla towers, please, just to get us started. That's all we need, just to start. Yeah, we've made antimatter. All right. These are thermal. Yeah, these are thermal burners. Cool. Now, the good thing about this planet wanting to consume power all the time is that if I put down a thermal burners for hydrogen, it ain't gonna blink an eye in terms of burning it all the time. Like, it's not gonna make a dent on the power demands, especially now that we've begun antimatter production. So we'll set that up like so. Ah, damn it. I knew I was gonna run out of those power poles. photons, where are you? There you are. Eight a minute. And we're requesting a fair chunk of power now. 66% satisfaction, so more power than it's generating. Alright, cool. So we're overloading our Dyson sphere at the moment. That won't continue, of course, but... And we're burning off all the hydrogen this is producing. That's fantastic. That's all that we wanted. And we're producing a limited amount of antimatter. I think that's all we wanted to do tonight, folks. Sorry that I felt like it was a windy path to get here. A little bit random at the start, but that processor upgrade I think was necessary. Hang on, what's happening here? More copper problems. Oh, that's another episode right there. But we're producing power, or producing antimatter, not producing power from it yet. Next up, we'll be using our annihilation constraint spheres as well as the antimatter produced, as well as matter produced to produce antimatter fuel rods. Or we'll be using it to produce universe matrices or white science, so the final theory of answer of everything, solving the ultimate mystery of the universe. How exciting. At which point we need all sciences to produce that. And that'll happen down in our science zone. Ooh, actually, I've been around here for a while. How we doing, guys? Got plenty of petroleum, not that much hydrogen, but of course we're getting that from gas giants now, so it's all good. Yeah, so we'll probably need to funnel our excess into something that produces white science down here, and then funnel the white science into something that will consume the white science. A lot of white science in one sentence. But that is our game winning sort of thing, that you need to produce 4,000 of these. Of course, that's not what we're going to be using it for straight away. Instead, be using it for different things. Ray transmission efficiency would be straight up that mains utilization. Logistics, station integrated logistics. That would just make things insanely quick coming out of those logistic stations. Yeah, we've got a few things to research before we do the theory of everything. But that will give us our mission complete, basically. And then it's, I mean, technically that could be it. Or we can conquer the universe, because look at all these stars. You know, you could easily do the game without having to go do all of these. But that's not the goal. How do we get to Milky Way mode again? Anyone watching who can tell me would be helpful. Milky Way statistics. Detail. No. Only got a few milestones. What have we got? Universe matrix to go. Artificial stars. Fractal silicon and unipolar magnets are the milestones that we need to complete. Achievements wise, ooh, look at these. Liftoff. Ah, okay. We haven't done that. That's a little bit surprising, actually. Yep, plenty to be done. 50 gigawatts. Okay. Cool. So there's other things here. Ah, yeah, there's my CPU performance test. Okay, hey, this could be useful. Why is everything sucking? But yeah, there is a compete against everyone else panel, and I really want to find it. I know it's around here. Maybe it's somewhere else. Maybe it's in the main menu. Can I just quit to the main menu? We'll see. Oh, like that, sorry. Milky Way, there we are. How are we doing against everyone else? Probably pretty poorly, I would guess. But I feel that once you've got your first Dyson Sphere, then we can start competing against other people in our cluster. Apparently there's a lot of Dyson Spheres about. Whoa. Now, our name is Apollo, in case you were wondering. I know my name is Pooks, but in this game, or in Steam, my name is Apollo, so we've got these clusters here. So what I want to know Oh, I possess this one, folks. Of course, it's probably not going to be anything against, yeah, noob. Yeah, seems like a little harsh on yourself. 21 terawatts. Yeah, okay, so we can look against others. 227 terawatts. Yeah, I think these are the leaders. The brighter you get, maybe. But that's a lot of people playing Dyson Sphere. If everyone has a cluster, right? It's expressed in a very cool manner. Anyway, so that's where we're going to end it tonight. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. We will be moving on to Antimatter 102 next episode. Sorry for the break in episodes as well, but the man's got to have a holiday, and one that I thoroughly enjoyed. So again, my name is Pooks. If you did enjoy this content, please drop me a follow or a like and subscribe on YouTube, and I will see you in the next episode.